Africa's unemployment rate has climbed to 33.6%.
So I know you quite remember some months ago the South Africans were sacking the foreign nationals from their country because they said the foreign nationals were taking over their jobs. They aren't getting employment, they are not getting well paid and all that, all because of the foreign nationals. So they have to sack them. So they went for March and March. That's the name they give for the demonstration, that all foreign nationals should leave their country. Yes, but it is alleged that right now the unemployment rate has increased to 33.6% because most companies has been shut down. Most people have left their shops. And you know, if the company is shut down, the people working in the company will also be laid off and all that. So it's alleged that the unemployment rate has increased from 33.6%. We all thought that you are sacking us so that you get opportunities to work in the companies. So how come the unemployment rate is rather increasing?
South Africa's unemployment rate has climbed to 33.6%, with 345,000 more people officially unemployed in the second quarter of the year. Employment fell by 16,000 between April and June. The picture is uneven across the country. Gauteng, the Northwest and the Western Cape recorded the biggest employment losses, while in Mpumalanga, the Eastern Cape and the Free State recorded the largest gains. To unpack this, we bring in COSATU Parliamentary Coordinator Matthew Parks. Mr. Parks, thank you for your time and for joining us this evening. So 345,000 more people became unemployed, but the labor force itself grew by 329,000, meaning more people started looking for work than fewer. Is this a sign of renewed hope in the economy, or households just growing more desperate and sending more people out to search?
Look, I think it's a depressing state of affairs no matter how you look at it. And there's always lots of stats in the stats reports, obviously. Forgive the phrase. It's a depressing state of affairs. The narrow definition of unemployment has increased by about 0.9% to about 33.6%, because there's an additional 345,000 persons who can't find work. The expanded definition of unemployment, which we take more seriously, which includes those who've given up looking for work, has increased a little bit less to 43.8%. A total figure of the total persons who are working has decreased by about 90,000. But no matter which way you look at it, to have 4 out of 10 South Africans unable to find work, nearly half of those are young people. That is a crisis. That is a ticking time bomb. It falls against the backdrop of decreases in employment in the previous 2 quarters. And again, this is not giving us much sense of hope. We can't sustain a society where 4 out of 10 South Africans just can't find work. And we see these reports quarter after quarter after quarter with depressing figures.
So right now it means 345,000 plus people are looking for jobs in South Africa. 345,000 people. After sacking the foreign nationals, after doing all that they did, right now 345,000 people are looking for jobs. So their president also spoke at the 46th Southern African Development Community, which is the ordinary summit of head of states. Yes. So their president also gave a speech and was apologizing concerning how the foreign nationals in his country were treated.
As South Africans, we are deeply concerned and ashamed that nationals from other countries have in recent months been subjected to discrimination and ill treatment. I repeat, as South Africans, we are deeply concerned and ashamed that people from other nations, some whose leaders are here, were treated badly and were even forced to leave the country under threat of violence. The criminal actions of a few within our communities are a repudiation of the solidarity upon which this Southern African community is built.
How come the president is apologizing now? How? Because you had the opportunity to stop these people from doing what they were doing, but you met them, took pictures with them, and now you are coming to apologize to who? After you've done what you've done and you've noticed the disaster that the actions have caused, you are now coming to apologize to us. So Jacinta also has spoken. The one of the people who led this match and match thing, one of the people who led this sack the foreign nationals thing, yes, Jacinta, she also came to speak, and she's saying there's actually some positive in the unemployment being increased. She gave an explanation and reason for her explanation.
The recent statistics coming out that in Q2 people lost their jobs, Q2, which is obviously between April and June, they said that the number has generally increased of people who have lost their jobs in general. But there's a positive in that. Unfortunately, it's not positive for people to be unemployed, but the positive is this. When they talk about an unemployment rate, they don't necessarily mean people losing their jobs. An unemployment rate could also mean that there are new people in the market now looking for jobs that were not there before. So if there was 100,000 people who are not there now suddenly looking for jobs, it'll increase the number of unemployed people, because obviously there's 100,000 new people now looking for jobs instead of the people who are already in the market looking for jobs. All right. Now, second to that, though, in other sectors, some of the sectors that we have been saying have a lot of foreign nationals, which is the informal sector, there has been an increase of 34,000 people who have now found jobs. And, you know, this is a very positive stride, because it means that 34,000 new people are actually working in a period of 3 months, which is April to June. So there's a positive in this headline that they refuse to highlight, which is cool. It's okay, right? But we are obviously looking forward to more South Africans looking and finding employment, which makes us happy.
So what do you think? Do you think we should accept the South African president's apology? Do you think what Jacinta is saying makes sense, or she's just trying to defend their bad actions? Let me know in the comment section.